It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 10 of The Walking Dead. In this video, we're going to talk about Lydia. Where is Lydia? Where did she go? And when is she going to come back? So, of course, the last time we saw Lydia was when she was tricked into coming in to the border with Carol for Gamma to see Lydia and realize that she's alive. So Carol used Lydia to basically get an advantage to kind of bring chaos to the Whisperers camp. That was her thought process. That was her goal. Now, after that, Lydia left the survivors. She presumably went back to the Whisperers camp because she saw that Carol was just like her mother and that she used her. Now, when she left, she had her bow staff. The same exact bow staff that Henry had. Now, like I said, she presumably went back to the Whisperers, but we never saw her after that. And we don't know where she is. We don't know what's going to happen to her. Like, if she actually went back to the Whisperers, I think we would have seen her by now. And that she would have popped into the story in some way at this point in episode 9. But that didn't happen. That leads me to think that she didn't actually go back to the Whisperers. And she's probably there trying to survive on her own and doing her own thing, trying to not run into the Whisperers, but not go back to the survivors as well. Now, what's also interesting, there are some scenes in some of the teasers that they released where we actually see Carol holding Lydia's bow staff. Now, if you look at the bow staff that Carol is holding and the one that Lydia is holding, it seems like it's not the exact same one. Like, the colors don't match. This area of this bow staff is like brownish, but going back to this image where we have Lydia holding the bow staff, which is probably the same one that she would be carrying at this point, this one has more of a light brown or a cream color at this end of it. So that's really interesting. Now, I'm not saying that this means that it's not the same stick. It could still be the same stick. It could be like a mistake on the production end, like they could have used different sticks but not realized that it's colored a little different. But regardless of whether it's the same or not, she doesn't have this type of stick, Carol, and the only person that has it is Lydia, and it's the exact same one that Henry gave. Fun fact, Henry actually started using the bow staff after his interactions with Morgan, so you could say that the stick that Lydia has is passed on from Morgan, so that's pretty cool. But why would Carol be carrying this? That means that she probably went back looking for Lydia, or she found or stumbled upon Lydia coming back. We do know that at the end of last episode, everyone kind of left. They left Carol by herself. So it's entirely possible for Carol to have run into Lydia during the time when everyone else left her all by herself and the time that we're going to see her next. Now, does this mean that the next time we see Carol, she's going to have the stick and she would be with Lydia? Probably not. But I think there's a good chance that she probably stumbled upon Lydia or found her and spoke with her and was able to get her to come back. And Lydia may actually be with her at this point. It's also possible that she just found the stick and she'll find Lydia after. That's also a possibility. It's also possible that she just finds the stick and not Lydia, and Lydia's going to pop back into the story later on. Now, what I do want to mention is if you look at the stick Henry is holding here, it's supposed to be the exact one, but again, we don't see the thing wrapped around it that we see here. So that leads me to think that it's probably all the same stick and they just forgot to include those for all the sticks. Now, what I also want to mention is it's also entirely possible for Carol to be the one that brings Lydia back because she's the reason that Lydia left in the first place. So if there's anyone who would bring her back for it to make sense, it has to be Carol. You know what I mean? Now, based on what we're going to see in the next episode and the episodes after, this episode coming up, Season 10, Episode 10, is going to deal with the attack at Alexandria. The episode after that, Season 10, Episode 11, is kind of one that's up in the air. Like, we don't know too much about that episode. I think what we're probably going to see in that episode is we're going to touch base back with Lydia and we're going to see what Lydia's been up to. And that's when we're going to actually see Carol most likely finding Lydia and bringing her back, or trying to talk her into coming back. And obviously episode 12 is going to be the hilltop attack. Episode 13 is going to be Michonne's final episode. For those of you that might not know, episode 12 and 13 were swapped. Originally, episode 12 of season 10 was supposed to be Michonne's final episode, but they changed that. And now episode 13 is her final episode, which honestly, in my opinion, doesn't change too much. It's just a matter of 1 week worth of waiting for Michonne's final episode. So it doesn't change too much. But in terms of when we're going to see Lydia, I think we're going to see her again in season 10 episode 11. And I think Carol is most likely going to be the one that's going to stumble upon her, and she's going to be the one that brings her back. I think at this point it's highly unlikely that Lydia will go back to the Whispers. I think that it's very possible for her to never go back to the Whispers, and for her to spend the rest of her time with the survivors until she dies, if she dies at any point. But as far as this video is concerned, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. When do you think we're going to see Lydia again? Where do you think she'll be? How do you think she'll come back? And who do you think will be the person that's going to bring her back, if anyone? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads.